Hi, I'm Adriaan, this is Love, and this is Metalist TV.
Hey guys, welcome to the Metalist TV. We're here talking to a sound engineer, sound producer, and the owner of Gym Records, also known as Just Inclusive Music. Stay heavy, stay tuned. Name some of the bands you've worked with. I know After Robot is one of them. Lady Smith Tigers.
Yeah, okay, so I've worked with After Robot, Son of a Gun, there's a lot of Afrikaans artists. I've done some production with Dozy, I've done some production obviously on my own band, which is Afrikaans and English band, and we've had the opportunity to play with some of the bigger Afrikaans artists, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's not every day that you get a chance to play in front of 10,000 people, so.
And what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated doing what you do?
Well, there's a lot of bands out there. I don't know if you've realised how many bands are actually in South Africa. And although there is a few studios in and around us, there's only, I can count about 5 producers that are actually active in a certain scene, you know. For instance, like Clint, he's only focusing on like metal bands and like the heavier bands, you know. And then like Howie, he focuses more like on the pop side of things, you know, like all the pop bands and things. And then Mark Welling, he does more of like a rock and roll but also like a pop, but he's got more female artists, you know. I do a little bit of everything. You know, I try and keep a wide range of everything. Like at the moment I'm doing a lot of socky music, like a lot of Afrikaans. I rate it's because we're in Krugersdorp. It's not a bad place. Still, there's a lot of other bands in and around the place. But majority Afrikaans music at the moment, and then some hip hop.
How important is a well-produced album for a band in the industry?
Okay, that is very important because as I'm going to mention, that we have moved from analog to digital, and now everybody can make a song in their bedroom, but not everybody can master it. Not everybody can mix it correctly, and that's where we come in. You know, we need to. You know, people, they can hear it and they probably know more or less, because I mean there's a lot of information on YouTube, but if you don't have the experience and if you don't have the correct equipment, you're not going to get that industry standard. You're not going to reach that goal where it works on all the platforms, like your mobile phone, your tablet, your TV, and all of that, you know, because we're streaming nowadays. That's how you listen to music. You stream it. You don't actually physically go and buy music anymore, unless you buy it from iTunes or, you know, through Google Play or whatever. But that's how it goes, you know.
The industry is kind of moving back towards vinyls and LPs and cassettes. How do you feel about that? Does that have an impact on your business in any way?
It has to an extent, because it's giving me more work, but also it became more expensive now. You see, so there's a fine line between who can afford to record and who can't. For instance, like we'll have hip hop artists come in. You can't afford it to move over to the analog, so we keep it digital. But we have all these fantastic plugins to make it that warm sound. So you know, we don't need the old school tape players anymore. We don't need that. Although, if we outsource if need be, you know, if we have people that wants to put it on vinyl and things, we are able to. We can do that. You know, we outsource. We have the connections, and we can give you a decent price at it as well.
In addition to making a really good album, there are a lot of other things bands have to look at. In your opinion?
Oh yes, practice. Practice is a big thing. Learn to play with click.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to go into studio and you're going to make a record, or you want to record a song, don't come in and expect the engineer to play the parts for you, or, you know, it's your song. My job is to capture emotion. That is my job. My job is not to teach you how to play your own song. You know, that's where you come in as the artist. And all I want to do is just capture what you were feeling when you wrote that song. You know, because when you're playing it on the radio or someone else is playing your song, and you have had an impact on someone else, that's why they like your music, or that's why you're building fans, or that's how you build fans, is through that emotion that we've captured and made it so that it sounds amazing to you. And I think that's a big thing to me, you know, especially in this industry.
Since you started, how have you seen the bands evolve, or rather not
I'll
evolve?
tell you, the thing is, I don't go to many live shows as I used to when I was younger, but that's just because I got more busy. I'm playing in 3 bands, so like my time to go watch a live band is very limited. So when I do go and watch a live band, I choose the band I want to go watch, and I make an effort to go and watch that band. I have found that bands don't last long in the industry. Like, I mean, for instance, Your Name in Neon, just an example. They were ahead of their time. I mean, they were doing the whole DJ thing and the whole electro vibe before it was even big, you know. And now if they had to start up now, they'll be huge now, you know. Look, they were good, they were big then, but they faded away because they realized that the routes that they were going in wasn't working for them in South Africa at the time. Now, if they did it now, it would be an explosion now. So that's why what I'm saying about, like, it's just evolving, it's just turning, it's going back, because that whole synth noise and that whole screaming, that comes from the 80s. That's like back then already, you know, they were doing that sort of thing.
Speaking of genres and the different genres, is there a specific genre that you prefer to work with in any capacity?
I'm open for anything at the moment. Like, I haven't found a niche or a favorite. I mean, I play in a punk band, like a heavy hard rock punk band. Then I play for a Celtic folk rock band, and then I play for an English Afrikaans cover band. So my, I would say from one point to the other point is huge spectrum of what type of music I like, you know, and the type of music I want to work with. I mean, I listen from jazz to R&B, you know, so you've got to be open-minded about things. You can't have a studio and just focus on, I'm only doing this or I'm only doing that. You'll never make enough money or never make enough a living unless, you know, you've found that. For example, B-Sharp Studios, they are known for certain genre. You know, JP has, like, but I mean, JP's been around for years, so everybody goes to him for that specific genre. Whereas me, I'm not like that. I don't want to be like that. I want to have the ability to do all types of music, you know? And that's why I have 72 squares of space to work with. If I want to do a choir, if I want to do a jazz band, a full ensemble, I can. You know, that's why I wanted the space, and that's why I decided to do what I'm doing.
In addition to the recording studio, there's also a rehearsal space.
Yes.
Why is that so
3
important
rehearsal
to it?
spaces. I can hire out the 3 at the same time, so that I can accommodate 4 bands at the exact same time. So that in Pretoria there is another rehearsal space, but they're only 2 rooms. They can only accommodate 2 bands at a time. And I mean, there are people out there that's living in flats and apartments that can't practice, and yet they're playing shows every weekend, almost every weekend, at least 3 times a month. They need the place to practice, because I've heard of bands that actually just go and play Monday Muso nights at Rumours just so that they can get a practice space. And that's why we create now the opportunity for bands to have a place to practice, and we can accommodate them into, yes, I like your sound, let me offer you a track, you know, or this is what I have, come and record, not just rehearse, you know. And then we'll help you put you on the map, you know, if you're good enough.
Have there been any difficult people that you've worked with?
All the time.
Tell us about at least one or two experiences.
You think, like, you know, I don't live here for nothing. It falls out by itself. The stress is unbelievable. Afrikaans people are the weirdest people ever to work with. You got to have a thick skin around you, and you got to tell it how it is. You got to be straightforward. If you're not straightforward, they'll walk right over you. And I think it has affected my personality a little bit, because people feel that I'm intimidating to approach. Like, they don't want to just approach me because I think I give off that vibe of like, what do you want, you know? But it's not like that. It's just, I just had to learn how to be like that, because of the people that will come in and want it one way, and then we'll get halfway through the track, or we'll get halfway through the session, or even finish the session, and then decide, no, he's not happy or she's not happy, and then we'll come and change everything. And that's where you've got to put your foot down. You can't be like, I am the engineer, I studied this, I know what I'm doing, I'm the producer, you came to me, you're paying me, let me do my job, you know?
Let's speak about fees, because a lot of the bands turn themselves away and they say, I'd rather go to my friend who has a basement and we can record it there. The quality and the amount you're paying does not add up, and that's why you have so many badly recorded albums out there.
Yeah, favor for a favor, I guess. My rates are all on my Facebook page under About and the information. I'm not going to just, you know, because it works out differently, different things and stuff. If people are interested, they can just go and have a look there, and it explains all there. But it's roughly, I charge per track. I don't charge per hour or per day. Now I do have daily rates and things, but yeah, per track. It works out better for me. It's easier that way.
And let's say there's a kid who's watching this and says, I want to be a sound engineer one day. What is your advice to that kid?
Don't. Go first and learn how to mix a band live. Follow your friend's band, or if you're in a band, first learn how to do your sound live, that you sound great live, and then look into doing a studio thing. Because I'll tell you one thing, with the studio there's a lot of spooks. What I mean by spooks is like things will just go wrong. One day you'll be in the studio working, everything's working 100%, you know it's 100%, you leave satisfied, you're going home, next day you come, not even the light will come on, you come back again. So you've got to have patience with a place like this.
You sound like you have experience.
Trust me, this place is not even a few months old. I mean, we started building in June last year, finished this year, January. So, I mean, it's brand new. Everything in here is brand spanking new. And you would think that it would work until you decide, today we're going to do something. No ways. The spooks in here. But that's how it goes. That's how you got to learn, adapt, and conquer.